Hello everyone and welcome to What Culture. I'm Josh, joined today by Ewan Patterson because nothing makes sense anymore. Apparently, Jamie Foxx is in final negotiations to star in Spider-Man 3, aka Spider-Man. Oh my god, what is going on with this movie? Because I have no idea. Nothing makes sense. Ewan, you have more information. This comes by way of The Hollywood Reporter. Apparently, Electro's back somehow.
Yeah.
What is happening?
There is literally nothing more to the story other than The Hollywood Reporter completely broke us all yesterday by saying that Jamie Foxx is returning to play the part of Electro in Spider-Man 3, which is set to release in December 2021 if everything goes according to plan. This is just so shocking to me, Josh. And I keep on saying the word shocking, realising that it is literally just a pun based on Electro. But it's truly surprising to me for a whole host of reasons. I mean, recently we've had a lot of rumours that Marvel are looking to recast, not recast, well, I guess it is recasting, but basically bringing back actors they've already worked with to do different things. I know Aaron Taylor Johnson's rumored to be coming back at some point in the future to play a different role. Obviously, we had Gemma Chan going from Captain Marvel to playing, the lead role in the Eternals. So there's all sorts of this sort of thing going on right now. And Jamie Foxx as Electro, obviously this is a Sony, production, wouldn't have been my first choice, even though I love Jamie Foxx. He's a fantastic actor, but I think everyone can probably agree that his Electro was not the one thing about the Amazing Spider-Man movies that needed to go on. And this raises all sorts of questions as well, because obviously the Amazing Spider-Man movies are set in a completely different continuity to the MCU, so is it just going to be a straight recasting, or does this hold some sort of multiversal Spider-Verse-y implications? If so, does this mean that we can potentially get Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Man for like a little cameo, maybe just dancing, or even like someone else, because we have the Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness coming along now. That has Sam Raimi behind the director's chair. There's rumours that Tom Cruise may appear as an Iron Man in there because of the casting rumours from like years and years ago where he was considered for the role before Robert Downey Jr. took the part. And oh my god, the brain! I've been I've been zapped. I'm just been zapped now by just like pure chaos. Josh, what do you think?
Dude, I've got a lot of thoughts. Got a lot of thoughts on this. First off, I wonder whether they've chosen Jamie Foxx's Electro to bring back because he was perhaps the most underserved villain in those first two movies. Because like you said, Jamie Foxx is an incredible actor, and I remember when he was cast for that film, and I was so excited. And then I saw what they did to Max Dillon and Electro, and I thought, why have you done this? Why have you taken this actor?
How you've massacred my boy.
Yeah, look at how you massacred my boy. You put him in this goofy role, and you just not done him service. So I wonder whether that's on their mind. They're looking at kind of people they can bring back from previous franchises, actors they know are good, to kind of, win us back around on certain characters, perhaps. But the most interesting part, of course, is the multiverse implications, I think, because we've had so much news surrounding DC and The Flash about how that's going to bring back Michael Keaton, it's going to bring back Ben Affleck's Batman, it's going to bring together a lot of different franchises, sub-franchises within the DC universe that we love, you know what I mean? And that is so exciting. That's getting a lot of buzz, and we have often kind of like speculated that the main vehicle for that on the Marvel side will be Doctor Strange. But I wonder if that kind of, we were talking in the WandaVision video whether or not that kind of multiverse idea is going to fracture throughout the Marvel universe, and whether we're going to see the implications of it in other movies. This, to me, kind of just confirms that, because I want this to happen. We've already had hints of it with J.K. Simmons, like you said. And interestingly, J.K. Simmons did an interview a few weeks ago where he was talking about returning as J. Jonah Jameson. He was talking about the differences in the character compared to the last one. Obviously, he's a different type of journalist here, but he kind of talked about him as if he was the same person. Like, apparently when he was talking to John Watts and the creatives and stuff, he was talking about, how Jonah had changed since the Sam Raimi trilogy, and they kind of like settled on the fact that he lost his hair, presumably because he couldn't put the wig on in time. I just thought he got messed up at the time because, that doesn't really make sense that it's the same character. But I don't know, with this in mind now, maybe he didn't get as messed up as I thought, and maybe there is something to that somehow. The web, all the puns here in this video, the web is just getting out of control, and Josh, I wish we had a morsel of info. Yes.
You've just ruined my brain. So what you're telling me is that, right, that potentially we could have a situation where the Raimi Spider-Man movies are set in the MCU. That makes
worlds collide somehow. I don't know. I don't know, and it's entirely speculation, but I wonder whether it's going to be like, I'm not sure if you've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but halfway through, and bear with me on this will make sense, halfway through that show, like 5 seasons in, it turns out that Buffy has a sister that no one's ever mentioned, and they don't really draw attention to it, and it's because something has gone wrong with the universe, and then everyone in the show kind of just forgets that she didn't have one. And I wonder whether they're going to pull something similar here, whether something has happened where, worlds have collided and they're not really reacting to it, but we know, we can spot the differences. We can see J.K. Simmons, we can see Jamie Foxx back as Electro, potentially other kind of, crossover castings. And I wonder whether something has happened in the timeline, whether or not it's in Doctor Strange or not, that has caused these events to be put into motion or whatever. I'm just going on wild, crazy theories that have just literally popped up in my brain to kind of justify this, because I don't know how they're going to pull it off. It's such a strange move. It's such a ballsy move. And I think that the kind of wackiness of it will get people in, because 2020 has been a ridiculous year. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say this was at the very bottom of my predictions under everything else. I never expected Jamie Foxx to be back as Electro in any Spider-Man movie, never mind John Watts' Spider-Man 3.
Oh, mate, what? That's another electrical pun? It's John Watts.
God. It's like when Mark Webb
now we got
directed...
John Watts.
I don't like that this keeps happening.
I bet you that was the reason why he cast him. He was like, you know what? I want Electro in my Spider-Man movie because I am John Watts, and that is how it happened, and not the villain that appeared in the Spider-Man Electric Company safety ads, which was the Wall, which was a guy who became a Wall, and he fought the Wall.
So what you're saying is you also want the Wall to appear in Spider-Man 3?
Look, if we don't get, if Sony can eventually make a big wheel movie, all I'm saying is that the Wall deserves to be in Spider-Man 3.
You and Patterson, right? I have one more theory before we sign off this video, and again, I realized, one more thing. This has just become me rambling. We had the news at the beginning, and now it's just Josh's mad theory times early in the morning.
Whoa.
What I wonder is, will Jamie Foxx's Electro, if it is this kind of multiverse idea, if it is the Electro from Ultimate Amazing Spider-Man, I have a theory that it might be because we are trying to retcon the fact that everyone knows Peter Parker's identity. We're trying to get to a stage where that's kind of not a thing anymore.
Some
not
kind of one more
travel.
Day type situation. Maybe that's because Mephisto might be involved in WandaVision or Doctor Strange.
It's a wild idea, but I don't know whether you can put that genie back in the bottle like we've been saying, and I know that Marvel in a lot of ways likes to put the genie back in the bottle, and I wonder whether that's going to happen. I don't know, but we know that's going to be a big part of Spider-Man 3. It's unclear what the kind of like story in general is going to be at the moment, because we've got this identity thing, we've got the ramifications of Mysterio, we've got presumably wider tie-ins to the wider Marvel universe, and I wonder who the main villain entirely is going to be. Is it going to be Electro, or will he play a more cameo-style role like Ben Affleck in The Flash? I don't know. A lot of crazy ideas going around, but I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you looking forward to Spider-Man 3, and how have you taken the news that Jamie Foxx might be coming back as Electro? I know it is wild. I want to know all of your theories. I'm sure we will do a bunch more videos, and I will just talk Ewan's ear off even after we stop recording on this. But yeah, let us know down in the comments, and while you're down there, could you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to whatculture.com for more lists and news like this every single day. Even if you don't, though, I've been Josh, joined today by Ewan Patterson.
And goodbye.
And goodbye. We will see you soon with more Spider-Man related puns, I guess. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.